Been doing this 4 years. That's how we've become so professional at it.
Fair, it's Hangouts that's real, isn't it?
It's very true.
I'm
Sounds
not
like
sure what
curry,
that meant.
says Zero FPV, which is my favourite saying. Do you think we should talk about something other than artwork in exams?
Kelsey, do any of the other Droneislife guys have Discord, or is this the max we can have on Discord?
Shane, do you have
Shane.
Discord?
Can you get Discord? Yeah.
I'm having another packet of Monster Munch.
Fair enough.
Discord,
I love how Jack has Monster Munch when he's stressed, and I have.
This is like 3 Monster Munch and it's a complete breakdown. 2 Monster Munch is just on the edge.
What
I
flavour
just
is it,
drink
Jack?
water.
Yep. I'm on.
Jack, start the show. Do some intros or something.
Hello and welcome to Let's Drone Out.
Audio edition only.
Why? Can they not?
They can't see us, but apparently they can hear us.
Apparently, they've got a beautiful logo which they're staring at.
You register for an account, and then they'll send you an invite with you'll get a little number.
Just for the listeners, we're just doing some admin. Don't worry about anything that you are hearing.
Admin is apparently Monster Munch as far as Jack's
There's a
concerned.
little number.
Yep.
near your name.
We are.
Oh, what? Because of the hashtag?
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
2455.
I want to see how many texts I've got about how this is going. I definitely
Just
got
say it again.
one.
2455.
Yeah. Okay.
You know you can just copy that link I generated earlier, right?
Oh, wow. How do I do that?
Oh man.
That's not-
It's
I don't even know where the link is now.
copy link
Jane,
address.
hang up. I'll send you a link.
I mean, Facebook's bastardized it, but that should do it. So, hello and welcome to the audio version of Let's Drone Out. Tonight you are joined by Andrew / Frank. Okay. Andy Arsene.
No, you're not.
Daddy.
That's me. Hello, I'm still going to do the actions even if you can't see me. I can't say hello without lifting up my arms now. It's quite embarrassing in most circumstances.
Almost looks like when you say hello like that like you're being arrested by the police, like you've done it so often.
Well, I've just come back
but
from the US, so if you see the police, always hands up before you start talking to them. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best way to go.
Especially in America.
Exactly.
How is they taking the shoes off? And I hear that they X-ray you now so that they try and reduce the population or something like that.
No matter what now, I haven't been to an American airport lately where they don't put you through the perv scanner. That's just a fact now.
Really? Man,
Yeah.
that shows how long
Checking
it's
the
been
European
since
sizes.
I like how she hit that. That was brilliant.
I'm glad.
She told me that last time.
Don't stop.
I'm glad I cannot be blamed for messing her up. Anyway, my nemesis, Kelsey FPV,
Hello.
she bullies me. And
Bully me?
I don't bully you. I can't bully you. You bully me.
Jack, I tell you what happens for the viewers. Jack asks to be bullied. It's sort of his thing. I don't know what it is. He's like, bite me, please, so I can film it.
I think we ought fully support this bullying of Jack. Everybody else is all for it.
Nah, Jack's not.
Stop.
Who said bullying's great? Oh no. Do you know they say that though? Do you know? Yeah, they. Well, there are some people who think that bullying's great because it's now it's not there. Like kids aren't prepared to deal with you meet bullies in life when you're older, and if you don't get bullied when you're younger, then you don't know how to deal with them when you're older, kind of thing. So I don't know. It's a weird one. A little bit of bully. Let's call it. How about we just call it banter? Call it banter, and then
Everyone needs a bit of banter.
Yeah, banter's alright. Yeah, like how Jack calls me a dirty. He calls me a dirty northerner, even though he's secretly in love with me.
Well, yeah. Apparently, I'm in love with a northern girl.
You are.
I mean, she is lovely, but it's like embarrassing me.
Jack
thought I
is
was-
upset because I embarrassed him
the
somehow
northern
on a
girl?
stream where we're playing an old game and doing ridiculous voices. Somehow I managed to embarrass him further by telling one girl that came on he may be slightly in love with her, which is absolutely true.
Oh.
You've never met a Jack. You can't be in love with someone you've
No,
never
I'm not.
met.
No, she's northern. Ugh.
They have terrible choice in foods.
Do you know, Jack?
Yeah,
Northern
they eat
people.
babies, I've heard.
Northern people actually make eye contact with each other. It's quite nice. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, and threatening stares over territorial
No.
with a series of grunting that I can't decipher.
I'm not finding anything.
Hey!
That's a bit weird. Siri just went. Siri just took down a series of grunting and went, I'm not finding anything for that.
Oh my god.
So
How's it
I
going?
was at last weekend. I was at a convention in Bristol, way too north for me, and close to Wales.
Bristol is not north. It's south. It's southwest, Jack. Bristol is halfway to Cornwall.
So anyway, I was there, and there's another northern lass called Booth, and I asked her for a northern term so we can play. Oi, Andy RC, you're northern,
Well, and it can be Kelsey because
and Kelsey.
she's
Oi.
northern also.
Yeah, oi, Andy RC and Kelsey, you're northerners. What does she gave me this term? Old Booth. She said, pissed on
Is
my
it-
chips.
Oh well,
what
that's an easy one.
Yeah, that's a common one.
I've never heard of it. Why would
Yeah.
you want? Only Northerners would want to urinate on their food before eating it.
Well, what is the most important to an English person other than tea and complaining? It's fish and chips, isn't it? So what's the worst thing that you could do to somebody who's got fish and chips? It would be to piss on it, wouldn't it?
Not if you're into it. You
Wow,
might be
yeah.
into that.
Well, I like vinegar.
Bit
sounds
of
like
the old
you're into
golden
that.
showers.
It sounds
like
like you're
it.
into that.
I like vinegar, but
Hitler was into that,
taking
but,
it
you know. I think. Was Hitler into
Okay, already
Sound-
mentioned Hitler.
Hitler was into
Yeah.
fish and chips, but with salt and piss.
it?
Is that
Cal-
documented somewhere? I missed
Cal-
that from history.
Kelsey, can you decipher what "piss on your chips" means? And apologies for the bad language that just gave.
Oh. No, I don't know how to explain it.
I can explain
It's
it,
like
but
piss on
so
your
if you-
bonfire.
It's
yeah, that's
raining on
exactly
your
it.
parade.
Yeah.
That's it. You got
Rain
it.
on
You
my
got
parade.
it.
That's probably more diplomatic. Yeah. I know
I
you
can't.
really
I can't believe you didn't. And I can't believe that that's a
Can you get me
northern
a
term.
water?
I get it.
Thank you.
You see what you're doing, Jack? You're pressing out Kelsey.
She deserves it. She bullies me.
It's frozen.
What's her Shane?
Who took that out of the freezer?
I want to be part
Oh,
of
we've
the
got
Ginger Hour.
guys. We've got video on the stream.
Oh,
Hooray!
I know.
I think you have printed too.
This is brilliant.
Sorry, I'm sorting out. All she does is laugh, man. She just laughs at everything.
No, we've just got a bottle of water out of the fridge and it's fully frozen.
Why? Is that tonight's dinner?
Is that tonight's dinner? No.
Like little miniature ice skating. Anyway, we've got Droneislife on. Hello, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Shall we,
thanks.
should,
Hello, Shane.
should we all introduce by names again now that we're actually? Should we start the show now that it's actually started?
Yeah.
Even though it's
40 minutes late, the
40
record for
minutes
late
late.
start.
Yeah, well, I'm good for 40 for an extra hour. So
Right. Andy RC, do you want to do the intro?
no,
Come on, buddy.
I always mess everything up.
All right. Tonight, hello and welcome to Let's Drone Out, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We are
Take no notice.
take no notice. There's nothing to see here.
That's a northern term. Techno notice.
Techno notice.
Disclaimer, Curry.
Any views expressed by any guest on this show are personal and may not reflect the views of host or any participant of the show.
Yep. He who protests too much about Northerners secretly like them. That's all I'm going to say. Especially the lovely streamers. Right, tonight we are joined by Andrew/Frank. We are not joined by Andrew/Frank.
We're trying to be joined by Andrew/Frank.
Hello, Andrew/Frank.
I don't know if the stream can hear me. I'm trying to work that one out. Carry on.
I can
We
hear
can hear
you, but
you.
we just can't.
Yeah.
We just
I can
can't
hear him.
see you for some reason.
Can you have a go at
Do you-
fixing your webcam?
Does he not want to be seen because his face is purple at this moment?
Right, we are joined by Andy RC,
Hello.
Curry Kitten,
Hello.
The stream can hear. It's just delayed a little bit.
we've got my nemesis Kelsey FPV,
Hello.
we've got the UK still undefeated freestyle champion because there's never been another freestyle championship in the UK, Jab 1A.
No, that's Daniel Waring. Is
Oh.
freestyle champion,
We've-
and he still is the
we've not
freestyle
got-
champion. Yeah.
Thought you were. Yeah,
No, I was
something like-
2015 UK champion.
I'm sorry. Can't even get that.
That's why we have a disclaimer. Some things may not be true.
Section
that's fair.
FPV and Droneislife master and lord Shane Hedges. I must say, I am well impressed with your rainbow storage solution.
You've got Fran to thank for that one.
God, that is lovely.
I'm
And
more impressed. I'm more impressed with the do. Is that like those hair extensions, or is that
No, it's
You
not
know.
wig, but I feel that when we go to QEs and stuff, there's always ginger hour.
Oh no.
Oh, ginger hour.
Is that Northern? What's he on about?
They do
I
a
can't
live
remember
stream of
ginger
races.
Oh,
Now we've got a donation. Someone burned something.
Jack's ginger, but he said he reckons he's strawberry blonde.
well, no, I'm sort of. I'll give you it, right? The old beard, that's ginger. Zero, this is for you, buddy. Thank you. I can't believe you donated for this shit. Woo! There you go, buddy. Thank you. Zero, I missed you, man. You are so useful.
We've got NJ Tech just appeared for a brief second. What's all that about?
Well, I sent him an invite.
What up, bitches? I'm back.
We have Mr. Safety, Special K.
Mr. Safety.
Have we
Yep.
got everybody here now?
I think so.
'Cause I want to ask.
This started like 4 times. Like we've
Yeah.
done it over like so many different platforms.
We've been having some
Whose fault is it?
technical issues.
Who fucked it up?
issues.
Was
Yeah.
it you, Tony?
But now that we're
It's the
all
fault of
here,
Google.
has converted to the DJI digital FPV system? Go.
No one.
No.
We're all scrub lords.
Well, it's out of stock, as you mentioned last week. Nobody could get it, even if they wanted it at the moment, could they?
You can't get it in the UK, and it wouldn't be worth getting it in the UK because it's very limited to like, is it like 200 milliwatt and 4 channels? So we are completely screwed. But guess who has got one?
Has Painter's got one?
I think
Andy
Andy
RC has got one.
Oh my
Andy RC's
God.
got one.
Yeah, Andy RC's got a bunch of them. So look
A
out
bunch
for
of
that. Yeah.
DJIs.
No, not a bunch of DJIs, a bunch of HD blooming systems. How
Ah, well,
about
that's not what we're talking about. We were talking about DJI specifically. You've just got competing HD implementations then.
Yes, including the DJI system.
Oh, you have got the DJI.
Fun.
So,
My
so
God.
I'll tell you if it's actually any good or not, rather than it just being an ad.
Well, it's very good for freestyle, but it's not very good for racing.
Yeah, because I guess that's going to be the
Thanks,
latency
Ed.
thing, isn't it? When you start, you know,
It'll be
getting
awesome for
latent.
spectators. It'll be absolutely awesome for spectators, like at DCL they did. They
had a live stream there, didn't
streamed the HD connects up to a huge, massive screen that turned up on a articulated lorry and blocked off the Champs-Elysees. It was amazing.
Apparently
But yeah,
that
for
worked.
spectators.
Apparently that worked pretty well as well, which is
It did.
surprising because the Connect system is
And
seen
we went
as
underground.
yeah, the Connect
Wow.
system is sort of seen as like inferior compared to this new stuff that's coming out. But
Well, I suppose the difference there is they were streaming the stuff to the audience, but people weren't flying through that camera. Presumably.
oh, is that what it was? Is that what it was?
No. We were flying through our Connects. We only had.
Oh, you're
Connects in the
flying through it
quads.
too.
Yeah.
So
we had to have GoPros on.
Do you rate the Connect system then, even now? Like
No, because the one thing that this new digital system brings is being able to deal with interference. So I've seen the breakup of the image, whereas on Connects you literally get a frame of a breakup and then it freezes or it stutters across the screen. So you get the same image, or it just goes black. So it had no tolerance to any kind of interference, whereas the videos I've seen so far, they've got amazing tolerance, and it just breaks up almost like analog, but you can see it as squares, almost like digital
but
TV. Like.
Stingy made he sort of backtracked. I don't know if you've seen the video, but he lost I think 14 seconds in total of video feed when he compared his goggle foot
We've got Tuesdays.
against
The thing is,
the
towards the end, you want to be able to have like a few.
Yeah, so we'll go up at 5-2.
Interesting.
We've got some other conversation going on.
Because towards the end,
Shut up.
I've been there about 13 minutes past. Depends how it goes. I think 7 hours to go.
Where's the mute button?
I was going to say, usually at this point, the host would mute the person who is being disrupted.
And I said, no, I forgot. I said,
Can we do that? Click on that button there. Andy, can you mute?
Look at him. Makes the add no. Rude.
Somebody shout really loud.
Special.
You can.
Special K.
So if you right click on him, use a volume, and then turn them down.
What's going on? I thought, yeah, sorry. I need to talk to someone.
Yeah, but that only works for the host, though, right?
No, works for all you guys. So there's a user list.
Yeah, but I'm talking about what goes out on YouTube, like in terms of volume. If one person just turns the volume down, it does turn his volume down.
I don't
It's
know.
okay. I'll mute myself if I need to do stuff in future. Apologies.
No worries.
Right. So are we done? Are we done with the old like DJI stuff?
No. So Andy, you're saying he had a discrepancy between his DVR and what was
Yeah,
shown
by
in this HD footage. What was
14
that?
seconds.
Yeah,
14
yeah.
seconds, wasn't it?
We're still getting. Yeah. So if you watch Stinger Swarm's latest video, he sort of
Yeah.
did like an initial like very rushed video, because that's what you have to do when there's this embargo. You know, it's all like released it. That's what's happening right now with Emacs. Emacs are releasing a new model, and my feed is just full of it, and that was the same with DJI. And you're given like a couple of days to the product, and it's just not long enough. You need like a month or something. So Stinger
Yeah.
Swarm, what he did was he took the onboard recorded footage, and he
Yeah.
synced it with the footage that the goggles recorded. Now,
Right.
when the goggles not break up, but they actually, he said, he actually got a frozen picture for like 10 seconds or something like that. And
Wow.
he had to use kind of muscle memory, knowing the area, to sort of and bang on the throttle to get some high. And yeah, so what the and this is kind of a problem with not just HD footage but analog. When you start to get break, you get dropped frames. And what the DJI system does is, rather than like record dropped frames, it just skips them. So when he synced his goggle footage against his the recorded footage, he had 14 seconds of footage missing. And and then he sort of said, I kind of can't recommend this system. I mean, it's good for certain types of applications, but if you're thinking about using the HDMI out for live stream,
Yeah.
it's not going to be the thing that they said it was going to be. I'm sure there'll be updates and stuff like that, but yeah, it's an interesting video, and yeah, massive respect to Kevin for making a second video. The majority of the videos are like, this thing is amazing, here's my affiliate link, go and buy it, kind of thing. And he was like, actually, I found some problems with it. So yeah, so it seems it's not as amazing as what I would call adverts, because they're basically, I think, to me, they're adverts, those initial videos. And then you get the real people who get them and say, oh, actually, I've lost 14 seconds of footage and nearly crashed. And he actually said that the delay went up to 300 milliseconds at one point as well, which you don't want, you know. So
No.
it's not bulletproof, you know. They say like 6 milliseconds. Oh, 6 milliseconds for the 28 milliseconds full loop time, and then I think maximum 50, and he was reading 300. So, well, I got one on the way. So I'll let you, you know, I'll see if I get the same. I think it is what the hobby needs. I think it's like going to be, you know, when the hobby started, there was this huge hype, and it's just sort of level. And if they can crack HDFPV, then I think that will create another spike of interest in this thing. So I'm all for it, but I'm not sure it's quite ready. Also, there's going to be a flurry of this stuff. I'm sure some of you are aware, but there's a company called I think it's called HD0.com.
Oh, the Fat Shark one, yeah.
What about that? The module that they're going to give you to plug into your current, give you the HDP.
Yeah. So the Fat Shark system isn't really a Fat Shark system. It's a rebrand of a. It's basically all the same stuff. You know, there's this new technology that's come out that DJI is using, and from what I can tell, everybody else is using it just in different ways. So I think Fat Shark will come out with their version. There's other companies that are working with the same technology. I think the second. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say that the really good thing about that HD0 that I've seen just from initial looks at it is it's a 30-30 stack rather than a big wadge of something you've got to find fit, like sort of tape it into your quad. These like the DJI one and stuff like that. I've seen just people taping it into the quad.
Exactly.
Isn't the best sort of way.
And also, it's just an FPV camera, so you can still use your GoPro. So that's really what we need, isn't it? We don't onboard recorder because no one's going to beat the quality of a GoPro. So we just need a camera that does digital FPV. The biggest issue is the DVR. Because if you plug that, so it's going to be a ground station, as far as I'm aware. And that ground station is then going to have a HDMI out into your Fat Shark goggles. And of course, your DVR or your Fat Shark goggles doesn't record HDMI. DVR for me is priceless because if you lose a model and throw a battery, which happens to me every week, then I'm back to the DVR to find it. You know.
Where's your battery-backed beeper? Things that go beep.
I tell you what happens. I tell you what happens with that. The batteries, because they're very tiny, they wear out really quickly, and it throws that as well. So, you've proved it, didn't you, Wayne? Didn't you say that you were flying, you had a crash, and it threw one of those beeper things, and you found the beeper but not the quad?
Oh, I had one. I had one go mid-air where it was on a cable, and it sort of. I was doing a forward flip, and it sort of worked as like a trebuchet. It sort of came around and then flipped out. So it's like that's a strong beep. There's a strong beep, and I was just like, oh, it's just a small beeper here. But yeah, the quad wasn't too far away. I still haven't actually lost a quad yet. I'm doing all right there.
Those
find the quad.
Touch wood.
Tempting fate, but I use lots of things that go beep on all my quads.
I tell you why I didn't spend too much time on those beepers because prior to like my channel and stuff, I worked with like microcopters and like the technology just wasn't there, so you had to use 1S 100 milliamp lipo, and the life that you got out of them was just shocking. Like they would pull within 2 weeks and they couldn't hold a voltage and they'd be useless. And those are the same lipos, and they're not protected, by the way, either. So no lipo protection, so they'll just explode. So so that's why I don't use the lost model alarm beepers. You know. Anyways, there you go. Sorry for talking too long. Someone else pick another subject.
Sorry, I forgot what I deviated your original point was from now. You were talking about something else.
Well, my point was that
Can I have a suggestion? You know, like how about we talk about stuff that Droneislife sells and like what they're into?
How about the competition?
Yeah, we could. I was gonna move that to later on. So Droneislife lovingly sent us a load of goodies. I'm gonna break it up, and if you guys send in to letsdroneout@gmail.com your favorite clips of the show over the last couple of years, we'll pick the best ones that make us laugh. Little clips you can send, like snippets, timestamps, whatever, and we're gonna review them on the bonus pod, and then whatever makes us laugh most, we're gonna give out the prizes. I'd like to thank you guys. So I've got a question. What made you like bring stuff like Thunder Power and like selling Crossfires, and you brought over a few things that are quite hard to get?
Always aim to has, because everybody else can sell over and over and over again. And what we tended to find is that the people that bands that you can't get in this game, so things like Stingy, Mr. Steel, all the rest of it are all Thunder Power sponsored. And people ask, oh, we need to get Thunder Power, we need to get Thunder Power in, and they are very expensive. We did. Good core for DLRC stock. Originally Acon, when we got Acon into the country, do that. We look for stuff that's different. We try and tend to be the same as everybody else.
That's great. That's a good niche. I wanna try out some Thunder Power packs because just to compare them to the ones that I use, because I use Tattoo and GMB, and actually, funnily enough, GMB are hard to get hold of in the UK. What's your opinion on GMB? Do you have one?
They're the Gowning stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, they
didn't we
say
try some at the barn that time?
They say GMB because it's easier to say. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, we
did
when we started.
Sorry, I'm not. I'm not getting audio. There's some audio going on here that is.
It sounds like someone's using a laptop and clicking.
Really loud clicking keyboard.
I heard Shane say farted. He didn't say started, he said farted because it cut off the beginning of the word.
So
I tried not to giggle.
Let's try again. GMB.
When we first started Droneislife, we actually had Gowning batteries here in stock. We imported them in. They came in and they sold very well. I actually quite liked them. I thought they were very good.
Yeah.
Find that if you put them on a bigger setup, if you made a 6-inch quad and ran them on 4S, they puffed in a matter of a couple of flights, and they were done. But like a balloon.
How long ago was this? Because they're among Tattoo, and those are they're doing 6S now. If it wasn't for I think it was also, if it wasn't for GM, micros would be in real trouble because there aren't many battery suppliers that offer like the really small batteries for the the Cine Whoops, the tiny whoops. GMB are really good for that. So that I just wondered, if I'm telling you this because there are virtually zero ways to get GMB lipos in the UK. So maybe you could be, and I've got a contact, by the way, that could sort you out.
Dodgy dealing going on.
Well, I'm just saying that I use GMB because I find that they don't pull. They have a good life cycle and they're decently priced. And in the micro world, they just dominate. So, but I would love to try a Thunder Power pack. I'll have to get one. It's really tricky at the moment though, because we've got like 4S and 6S battling with each other, haven't we? And it's like which one to go for.
I moved all my racing rigs across to 6S a couple of months ago. I have not looked back.
Yeah, for racing, 6S is a no-brainer. For freestyle, I have an issue because freestyle models are very heavy. Therefore, the more weight that there is, the more current that it draws. And I find that I've got a couple of 6S freestyle copters, and I still get voltage sag with them, which is comparable to 4S voltage sag. Whereas with a lightweight race copter, you don't get it. You don't experience it.
Sure.
So that's my argument. Although
freestyle rig, I use and setup complete V2 KISS V2 throughout.
Yeah, same here.
Don't you have to whack caps on the KISS BT though for 6S.
Using
And fire extinguishers. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
using the 25 amp, not the 32 6S ones. I'm using the new 25
Oh, the all-in-one thing.
individual ones.
Wow, and it's surviving because I remember when the 32 amp came out, it was suggested that you I think it was 35 volt, 3300 microfarad low ASR capacitors on each ESC, and that's for the 32 amp. So you're not having any problem with 6S
on 4S.
Pardon? Say that again. Sorry.
4S.
Oh, so that's on 4S. So what about 6S?
The power packs that Thunder Power sponsored Kelsey with. So we're running 4S but HV.
Right. Oh, sorry. I'm getting confused. Right. So you're saying all your freestyle setups 4S, therefore you don't need the caps and you can run on.
It's got one.
Got one.
What was
One of those.
that?
Sugar
What?
Rush.
Sugar
It's
Rush.
the HV
Yeah,
version.
they're the ones
Yeah.
that I use.
This one's had a bit of a tough life, but he's still kicking.
My gosh, remember.
I'm not aware of those. What a Sugar Rush? Are those
Sugar Rush
different
is
brands?
it's the label of that particular spec of battery. So it's the 15. I think this is 1550, isn't it? Or
1500.
I can't even find it.
100 HV.
Yeah, 1500 HV. So yeah, the normal Thunder Power Adrenaline packs are
13.
just 4S, not HV rated, but they're still the massive amp rating and burst ratings that you get from the Thunder Power packs. But these are just rated for the HV safely.
I was quite happy to strap one of them to my Kisalia, and I've got no GPS, no
Yeah,
nothing.
mate. Like this thing, I sent it. Yeah.
2 miles.
Yeah.
No problems whatsoever.
Well, I just want to throw that over to Kelsey then, because I think Kelsey, you're still using 4S on your race setup. Is that right?
Yeah, I am.
Have you got any intention in upgrading to 6S, or are you just happy on 4?
Well, I would like to maybe move on to 6S next year. I'm not sure, but so for now, I'm just going to run the rest of the season with what I've got. I don't really see any point in changing it now. I'd rather, if I'm going to change anything, change it as the season's over, and then I've got time to get used to whatever I've changed.
By the way, if you're wondering how I know that, it's because I watch the Delta Hawk stream, and when you're flying, I can see your voltage. So it's not like, it's not like I've been like doing some heavy research or something. I just noticed that there seems to be a split, doesn't there, between 4S and 6.
Well, I think, to be honest,
Thorka Jack, you're some talk. Some of the stuff I get, you should see what I get through the post and what's written on it. It's just horrendous.
Unless you're actually pushing your setup, I think it makes no difference whatsoever if you're running 4S or 6S.
Say that again. Sorry, I couldn't hear it because Jack was talking about cat's feet. It's an in joke. Don't worry about it.
That's normal.
Normal for
Unless
Jack.
you're actually pushing your setup, I really see there's no point in going to 6S over 4S. I mean, I didn't think there was such a huge jump going from the two.
You're talking about racing, right?
Yeah.
Is that because the race copters are light in general, therefore they don't sag so much?
And you're lowering the KV of the motors as well, aren't you? So you're effectively just
keeping the exact same setup.
Yeah, they
just
are.
more weight.
The speed and everything's the same. It's just you're carrying a little bit more weight, and it's just more efficient. Yeah.
You see, I found with race copters, this is just as a reviewer, that 6S is just more consistent with the speed and the power than 4S, rather than the.
So yeah, my question would be, if 6S is more efficient, can you get more laps done?
No.
Yes.
No, you.
Yes, you can. Yes,
you
can.
Disagree with
at the end.
If you're pushing your 4S setup to the extreme, then yes, you can.
Let me tell you.
before it sags out and then you can't fly any further, then yeah, you can get more laps.
But when
on
the
success.
success pack goes to sag out, it just dies. It doesn't sag. It goes
Yeah,
to
but it'll
sag.
be got.
It just
Yeah,
turns
but by
off.
that point in time, you will have done more laps.
I think I'm getting mixed up with is flight time compared to laps. So the reason 6S came in for racing is that when the lipo is at the end of its life, like at the 2 minute, you can just keep going on the throttle. But with a 4S, you've got that much voltage sag that you have to back off the throttle. And otherwise you won't make it to the end. It'll just drop out the sky. But what I was getting at is if you have a 4S and a 6S equivalent lipo watt hour, you will not get a longer flight time. That's what I was trying to get at. But yes, you can technically get more laps in because you can stay on the throttle longer, but you won't get
back in a bit.
a longer flight time. Here's me being a non-racer commenting on this. But to be honest, I've done a lot of work with lipo companies on this subject. So yeah, it's also track dependent as well. I mean, if the track's tight, then 6S and 4S, it's not going to be much different there. I think.
Through the IFPV track in Jab last weekend, and it was a very track, but it wasn't very technical.
Yeah.
It was landing 5 or 6 laps, and I could have still left to a different venue, like to the indoor go-kart track one. Technical, and you're guessing and you're stuff like that, the voltage just drops off so much faster.
Yeah. I think somebody hasn't muted their audio again, and that sounds like a DJI model to me.
Chris.
So
Yeah, it does sound.
what happens is that I think oh, there we go, we lost him. Yeah, I think the loudest audio prevails.
I kicked him.
When you're talking, it cuts you out because the loudest audio prevails. Sorry, can you carry on again? So you took a tight karting track against a more open track. I think you were.
You'll see on a tighter track where you're doing split heads and carousels and things like that, you'll see the voltage drop so much faster, constant speed.
Yeah.
I mean, Kelsey and I and Jab are doing 5-6 laps, and you landed and your battery voltage was still 15 volts. Yeah. So if you're on a 20-23 still left.
Yeah.
And more, but like you do the indoor ones like we did at Burnley, almost done. Because you've got so by doing sort of carousels and doing Jacob's ladders.
Yeah, you're burning that voltage.
Really.
Yeah, so it is track dependent. Yeah, interesting. I got to get me some of these Thunder Power batteries though, and try them against the GMBs and see what happens.
When we go to race events, the last couple of race events, Jab has said to me, "Can I borrow some of your packs while we're there?" It is.
Only because I can't afford new ones. But
That
yeah,
is
they are very nice. They are very nice.
That is the problem with Thunder Power. They're 50 quid against,
just dropped in price.
Oh, really? What, for the 4S or 6S? Pardon?
Come down by a couple of quid each. Also, we
can they come down by 20 quid?
With it all, and we keep speaking to Kim from Thunder Power. Coming from Vegas, we keep speaking and we keep battling away at getting the price down. You pay for them. Mr. Trump puts on his 5% tax.
Yeah.
The country. you pay 20% import tax. That's what makes them expensive.
So they're cheaper out there in the US than they are here.
Yes and no.
Because I know they're popular because Steel uses them, right? And he's the main guy out there. And
Seeing
yeah,
1100 6S on his Kiss Alien. Back. Have expensive to be fair. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. I have a screen full of you guys. His flight times are amazing on that pack.
Anyone else getting cutting in and out? Because I hear every other word.
I'm getting cut in and out. It's almost like the audio's gated. Have you got a gate on your audio? Yeah, we're getting a
behind.
Pardon?
It's like you're like watching a Japanese dub movie.
Who, me? Me?
I don't think this is working. Have you got anything new coming out?
Are some new things on the way?
Like GMB batteries, for example.
Oh, he's such a shield. No one mentioned Emacs. Jesus Christ!
God, don't get him started there.
There are some new Thunder Power packs on the way.
Cool.
So that's on the way. That's coming.
I'm gonna have to buy some of those. I really want to try it. I'll save up for it and get some.
They are well worth it.
Well, I'm annoyed now. I was only in Vegas like last week. No one told me they were based there, so I could have picked some up.
You could have gone and seen.
Oh wow!
Why don't you bring them in via Belgium like everyone else does?
What do you mean? That needs explaining, Jack.
It does not need explaining.
Well, it does to me because I don't know what you mean.
I'll tell you later.
All right, fair enough.
For tax reasons.
All right, okay, fair enough.
We've got some new SCs in F7 flight controllers on the way. That nobody's seen yet.
I hear Acon's bringing out F7s now. Complete silence.
No, they are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That'll be the first F7 I try, to be fair.
What's that?
That'll be the first F7 that I try.
Yeah,
I'm
same
happy
here.
with my Acon FC for the moment, so I'm using the F4. I won't change that until the bigger and better one comes out.
Do you know what's happening with the F7s? That if you plug them in via the USB and set them up, they get extremely warm, and I think that's just the processing power in them.
Yeah, the load on it.
But what I've been doing with F7s is I've been make sure that you put the core temp on the on-screen display, and I saw a reading of like 93 degrees C, and that is enough to cook, and I shouldn't say cook, I say cook.
Oh, come on, I've been educating you. Book.
Cook. What was that?
Cook.
Look.
Good boy.
And how'd you say boots, Jack?
Mute him now.
Shut up. Do you say butts or do you say boots?
But
I bet further up north, I think they say book. Is that true, Kelsey?
I say look and book. I don't say book or.
There you go. You see, I think that stops at Liverpool, does it? Or am I wrong?
I think what's happening is Andy has proved to be the most northern person in this call now, just from the look of Luke and Duke. It's super north.
That's not true. They're like an hour and a half more north than me. So
Yeah, but spiritually, you've got it.
Spiritually.
Okay,
oh my God.
fair enough.
The next time you guys meet Fran, you can ask her.
Fran speaks
Very
properly.
well spoken.
Fran's like
And so he's the
received
great
pronunciation. She's a classy bird.
Classy bird, yeah, that's it.
Don't get on the wrong side of Fran. Has she still got pink hair?
No, it's purple now.
Hey.
Purple.
Fake ginger.
Twin.
I dyed my hair blue the other day and it went horrendously wrong, as you can see. So,
So
next time we go to QE, I plan to crash Ginger Hour. Do the live broadcast. They always do a
Oh,
Ginger
no.
Hour.
Yeah,
You
good
can't
old.
get it unless you've got ginger hair. Cause
That's a quality hour right there.
what's
Oh, God.
do you all drink dark and stormies and all that sort of stuff?
I don't know what dark and stormy is.
Like ginger beer and something else in it? Rum?
Sounds like another weird thing that you're into.
Yeah. I'm into some really weird stuff.
funnily enough, Jack doesn't drink, but the other stuff is just unmentionable.
Yeah. Right, so
Yeah.
this time for Andy RC to get hard on. What's all this Emacs freestyle racing malarkey all about?
Well, it's basically a tiny hawk with the ducts removed. So it's pretty good, but I didn't like the tune, so I came up with my own tune.
Is it better than Joshua Bardwell's tune?
He is the master of tuning, don't forget.
Yeah.
This is Andy RC we're talking about.
For God's sake.
oh, that's right. Didn't I see Andy RC tune on is it UAV Ventures?
UAV Futures, yeah. It was a bit of a joke, really, because of course I'm not better than Josh at tuning. But
You have more credit than that.
Diatone released a model. It was a 6S 3-inch model, and out of the box, it just just would not fly whatsoever. And so I put a tune on, and it and like I like to do like speed tests because it can tell you, especially if you've got a current meter as well, it can tell you what's the best battery and the best absolute setup. And yeah, so I got it flying nicely with a tune, and UAV Futures was received it, and he doesn't really do tuning. So he basically said, I'm not going to review this. This thing doesn't even fly. And then I released my vid, and it recorded the fastest speed of any model. So we're talking 5-inch, 6-inch, 4-inch. It did 125 mile per hour. 124 mile per hour, and it's now doing 125 mile per hour, which is the quickest I've ever recorded. And so yeah, Stu made this video because the Diatone sent him that tune, and it turned a quad that didn't fly into the fastest quad that you can buy off the market. And I think he sort of went overboard a little bit because he was like, how can it be that you can just put a tune on it and it turns a quad that won't fly 20 mile per hour and it goes 125 mile per hour? So he made that video. It helped me a lot. I mean, the day I saw it, I mean, I don't like being in the limelight or whatever like that. So when I saw that video come up, like one of the big FPV channels with my picture in the thumbnail, I was like, oh my God, today's right. Let's get the diazepam out today, like kind of thing. But it actually did me a favor because people started using that tune, and but I think with Josh, he sticks to his lane, and funnily enough, I sort of had a bit of a joke with him today because I want to be friends with Josh on Facebook because he sort of he sticks in his 5-inch lane, and I like the smaller micro stuff just because I don't have the space to fly. So I'd love Josh and UAV Tech, who are the two guys that know how to properly tune a quad, to take this mod and make it perfect, because my tunes it gets it flying, but I wouldn't say it was perfect. I mean, I'm happy with it, but that's what it was about. And I believe Josh has got that model, and he hasn't released a video about it yet. So maybe he's struggling with it. I don't know. I don't know, but
I saw the
yeah.
video and they said, "Oh, we've got this quad and it flies like crap," and then we've got, and I was just like, Andy RC. I know this guy. I've met this guy.
Yeah. Well, out of the box, it would twitch you like crazy. Then if you went, because it runs on Beta Flight 4, and if you use the community settings for a 3-inch and arm it, it just flies to the sky on its own. Like as soon as you arm it, flies to the sky. So I was like, nah, I need to. I think it was like 3 or 4 days coming up with a tune that made it fly, and it flew. I mean, it's the fastest quad there. So and
Phantom at us.
I'd love to see someone like Kelsey fly one of these insanely fast 3-inches, because I mean, it hasn't happened, but I'm sure if you put one of these 3-inches against a 5-inch, it would blitz it on a just from the speed, and they accelerate quicker. No, that's not a 3-inch, man. That's a time. I mean, we're talking 120. The fastest 5-inch model I've ever recorded top speed is like 106 mile per hour. The fastest 3-inch 125, but it's how it accelerates, because it's got so little drag. It accelerates quicker, it slows quicker, it turns quicker.
Andy, going back to this Emacs thing, I'm just looking at it because I don't know anything about it, and I notice it still has those little battery connectors, although it seems to use 2 in series. Is that a bottleneck? Because I was trying out the Tiny Hawk S today, and I noticed on 2S the sag on the battery is terrible, and those little battery connectors don't exactly let through many amps, do they?
You really don't want me to get into it, because I could talk for about an hour. I'll get back to you, but Kelsey's, it looks like she just pulled a 3-inch model out. What model's that? What's that you've got there?
It's a mini. What is it? A Mac.
The Mac. The RDQ Mac.
An RDQ Mac frame. It's a mini version of that. My friend in Florida actually built it for me. This is pretty fast.
What size motors are they, and what kV? Like, as in, are they a 14.0 something, 15.0 something?
1806s.
1407.
Yeah, 1407's good. That'll get you 105 mile per hour. What props are they? The Gemfan Flash 3052s.
Anything else?
Yeah, Gemfan 3052. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a quick model. Then have you tried to race it though?
I haven't. No, I've actually not flown it in a while. I don't know. Just not flown it much. Like,
what is that because you didn't like the feel against the way a 5-inch flies, or you just not aware that they're better than 5-inch?
It's not that I didn't like it. It's just I just haven't flown it. I don't really have an excuse. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a quick model. Yeah.
We'll have to take this.
You'd have to check. You have to check the weight though, because you have to get them pretty light. We're talking under 250 grams. Like all up weight.
Well, let's weigh it. Grab scale. Covered.
You want about 135 grams without a battery.
Let's see what it is.
Props on it.
No, Shane.
Are they really the Gemfan flat? I've not seen them in that color.
150 grams.
Oh, yellow Gem fans.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah, that'd be quick. That would. It about 138 grams is the sweet spot, but 100. Yeah, it should be pretty good. Yeah. Stick at 850 milliamp. Has it got an XT60 connector there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a problem. You see, the 3-inch mostly use XT30 connectors, but you can get an adapter or something like that.
Somewhere.
The best lipo to use with that, unless Thunder Power make a lipo, would be the Tattoo R line 850 milliamp, and you'd be I reckon you'd be on par with a 5-inch with that one. But yeah, there are some 3-inch models out there that I think will cane a 5. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a racer, so I could be wrong. I tried to get Thomas, BMS Web, but he's busy just winning everything. So who am I to tell him what to fly? But
yeah, Thomas is too busy to winning everything to accept your advice about how to win stuff better.
Yeah.
Has there actually ever been a race between MCK?
Say that again. A race between who? Sorry.
And Min Chan.
Thomas and Min Chan. I don't think so. I think we asked him, didn't we? And I think he said no when he came on the show.
Min Chan is just a freaking robot.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Amazing, yeah.
Shane, if you go in, the cog in user settings where you wave just below our pictures, if you click that, you see the automatic sensitivity. It's just down. It's the sort of half orange, half green bar. Can you lower that so when you start talking, the little grey bit, Andy, you might need to do this. So it's more sensitive, so it will pick you up when you're talking.
Is my audio cutting out as well, Chad?
A little bit. Hang on, let me share my screen. Hang on. Let me share.
That's a disaster. Make sure there's
Here
nothing.
you go. Look, user settings.
Yeah.
And this automatically determine input sensitivity. Reduce that down to about, say, 80.
Automatically.
Did you see that? The settings.
Automatically determine. Hang on.
Input sensitivity, yeah, because we're not catching what you guys are saying. Sorry, I just wanted to help.
And you got a 10-minute warning.
And that was a 10-minute warning from Frank. That little mouse, that's the 10-minute mouse. It's like, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. More cheese and wire wool.
Already raced.
Apparently,
BMS and.
Oh yeah, BMS is in the chat saying he raced Min Chan in Ningbo, but had to run 4S because he exploded all his 6S quads. Thomas got second.
Oh, no.
Lol. Oh, and Thomas is terrible on social media. This is very unlike a teenager.
Okay, I changed.
He's not really a teenager. He's sort of like a 28-year-old in a I don't know how old he is body with like a 12-year-old Fortnite Championships reactions.
Also, he might be like 20 now, so I might be wrong in saying he's like a teenager.
Jack, what setting did you say for the audio? Can you hear me?
80.
What's wrong?
You
Hello.
can't. Can you hear me, Jack?
What? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
No?
I just can't I can't decipher the northerness. What do you want?
What number did you say to change it to?
Nothing really. It depends. It depends how much gain you've got on your microphone. But if I show you mine, hang on.
You show
turn on screen.
You show me yours.
Yeah, and we'll try
Not
and leave the
really.
Jennifer Lawrence folder out of it.
Not
so if you can see as I speak, there's like a little grey bar, and whenever I start talking, that exceeds wherever this value is. If you've got a lot of background noise and it's floating around here, you can kind of. But I've put mine on minus 80 decibels or something.
Has anyone been flying today?
Not today.
I did.
Too wet.
Not today.
Where'd you fly?
I found my old field that got closed off to developers. I found a new path in where I could fly around. But at some point, a dog bit the quad out of the air and then ran off. That was
got the
weird.
golden footage.
Well, it's not really very exciting because you don't see the dog. I'm just coming into
Oh.
landing, and suddenly it's like spinning out like madly. I was like, "What was that?" And this dog feels very happy. He's running off, wagging his tail. No owner to be seen, which is annoying. That was it. Not exciting.
No.
The beta version of Crossfire.
No, I always keep away from that.
Yeah, I don't send beta over water.
Yeah,
yeah.
PB, everybody, like all the top players that were running it, just couldn't get off the start line. It was just disconnecting meters away from the quad.
No way.
For everybody, really. That's good. Anybody flying this weekend?
Isn't the weather going to be like the worst
me and
ever?
James are.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
banger racing, and then
We're in
Sunday
Cardiff
it's
this week.
Willie.
You're in
sheep.
Cardiff?
Yeah.
Oh man, banger racing.
Yeah, bang racing.
Man.
It should be quite wicked.
It was good. Did you see Jev's video where he had the what I thought was a little bit of mud on the lens?
Yeah,
Was
yes.
what it looked like, and it came down. It looked like when you posted that picture on Instagram, I thought, oh, it's crashed and something's run it over and collapsed it in mud. I didn't think it was just a bit of spray because that was amazing.
It was twice the weight. Like the back arms were all caked up, all inside the camera had completely filled up inside there, like all in behind it and everything. It properly splatted onto the front of the quad.
Nice.
But luckily, you can always see through the FPV. And luckily, I've never been completely blocked out from anything. With anything going on the lens, you can always see whether it's green or it's grey, so you know whether you're grass or tarmac and things like that.
As long as
you
you
can
put
always
it down on
guide
the
it
green
in.
bit. Yeah.
yeah.
I've always wanted to try and put a bit of Rain X on the lens because I reckon that would really work.
Yeah.
Make it a bit hydrophobic.
We've done that.
Did it work?
It actually did, didn't it?
Yeah.
You
But
just got
we did
to
it.
Western was raining.
Yeah, Western was raining really bad
Gotta keep applying
last
it,
year.
though.
Yeah, keep applying it. So it does work though.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that because I've always been well impressed with the like Rain X. You know, other water repellent things are available. Let's drone out sponsored Rain X. Weather flying. Oh, right. Should we call it there, guys?
Huh?
Should we call it there?
Fran on this week, but she won't show for you.
What's up?
What's this?
Get Fran to come on and say hello to you, but she
Fran,
won't.
come on. Get a hand
do the
there or something.
competition.
Yep. Don't forget, guys.
Done it, have you?
Yep. Send in your clips and everything, and you could be in a chance to win this. Your best or worst clips of Let's Drone Out.
Don't
It's
send
gonna
clips about this week because
Yeah.
it's not funny and it's not clever. It's just hassle to try and get on the internet at the moment.
I know. Don't forget next week Andy RC's birthday, or is it the week after?
It's in April. It's in April, Jack.
Don't mind him. He can't count.
No. All right. So it is. Yeah, it's the week after. So
I actually got my exam results on my birthday. I think we talked about that last time, but it was not a great day. It was not a good present, I'll tell you that.
Oh.
Good.
Right. You have been joined by Andrew / Frank in the background making stuff work.
Goodbye.
The 10-minute mouse, also known as Andy RC.
Bonjour, seeing as Tony has just buggered off somewhere.
Curry Kitten.
Goodbye.
Jab 1A.
Adios.
You ever thought about it being A1, like the poster size?
No, well, I thought one when you're doing the alphabetical thing in computers and that lot, 1 is before A, so it was 1 and then an A because someone already had jab, someone already had 1, and nobody had jab 1A, so everything was jab 1A. So I always wish it was be jab, but you roll the dice. That's how you got.
Yep, no worries. Kelsey FPV.
Bye.
Session FPV.
See you later, guys.
And Shane from Droneislife. You are now part of Lecture. There's a moth. Jack's scared of moths. Fact. And I've been Jack. Bright to Life. Thank you and good night.
Bye. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Is there anything I can hit the moth with?
I had a spider in my face before and I freaked out.